Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is December 31st when I am filming this, which means it is
New Year's Eve.
I just sit down and film this video for you guys because I had a couple people ask me about it, but basically I'm going to tell you what my goals are for 2019 and such, and we're going to review how I did for 2018. Also, I have a really good latte. So wearing my sister's merch. Grace got me this for Christmas because I am a true Sister Squad fan. I'm obsessed with James Charles and probably always will be. This is what's really cool about writing down your goals. So every year I sit down and I write down my goals. But last year I was very specific with it and told myself that I would actually do these things and I wasn't going to lose this paper because I wanted to be able to look back and know what I actually said I would do and if I did it. So I found this paper and it says, in 2018 I will do yoga at least 2 times a week, wake up every day or every weekday at 6:30 a.m., do scheduled workouts with structure, post YouTube videos 3 times a week, serve my clients better with weekly check-ins and live trainings weekly, do a capsule wardrobe / capsule home. That didn't happen either. Read 1 or more books a month, give money to the church and a family every single month, no complaining, devotions every morning for about 15 minutes in silence, and then hang scripture all over my house. Those were my goals for this year. So I had quite a few. They may seem really small, but you know, and there was only about 3 that I didn't accomplish whatsoever, like post YouTube videos 3 times a week, capsule wardrobe / home, and no complaining. Those were the ones that I really loafed on
And took a major L.
If you don't write down your goals every year, I highly advise that you do, because then at the end of the year, you can sit down with this little checklist and see, you know, how bad you actually did that year or how good you actually did that year. I will be writing down my goals this year, but I wanted to give you guys some tips and pointers before you start writing down yours. As you may have noticed with these, I was very specific. So I said yoga at least 2 times a week instead of saying do yoga more. I said devotions every morning for 15 minutes instead of just saying do more devotion. The more vague you are with your goals, the more room that you have to kind of bend the rules and not actually stick to it. If you're strict with your goals, but also realistic and give yourself something that you can track, you're more likely to accomplish it, and it's kind of nice because you know exactly what you're going for. Instead of just saying something like, I want to work out more or I want to be more healthy, what does that actually look like for you? Does it mean eating 2 servings of vegetables a day? Does it mean working out 3 times a week? Be specific and set an actual goal. My other tip for when you're writing down your goals is to break it down into sections. So you could have some spiritual goals, some mental goals, some lifestyle goals, fitness and health goals, business goals, hobby goals, relationship goals. It goes on, but I would set goals for different areas of your life. That way you have them separated into chunks and you don't feel like you're just diving into the new year with like 500 things on your list and you're very overwhelmed. Start slow. Now we'll get into my goals for 2019, and I posted a picture on Instagram this morning. I'll put it up right here, where I wrote down in 2019 I will ... Just kind of talking about how we had a church service this week where it was all about how God is enough, and it was perfect to kind of transition into the new year because you have people setting crazy goals. They want to make more money, they want to get a promotion, they want to expand their family, they want to take more trips. People set goals for literally everything, and sometimes we forget about what actually matters, which is that God is enough, and He is. And basically the pastor was talking about how we all have a satisfaction issue, and all of these goals that we chase after and all of these things that we chase after and these things that we want to do and be are never enough. They never actually fill us. They never actually get us to where we want to be. They're never enough. And so you set new ones next year and the next year, and it's just a vicious cycle. And it really hit home with me because one of the most important goals on my list for 2018 was to do daily devotions, and that is something that I can honestly say that I have stuck to because it's been just life-changing. So I know just from this last year of adding in maybe 15 minutes of devoted time with the Lord, I know how much that impacted my mind and my life and how it changed the way that this year went for me. So that message really spoke to me because I do know that God is enough, but I need to make him enough. That really is my main goal for 2019, is to make sure that God is enough. Let him be enough, and don't put other things on the pedestal and the throne of my heart, like my business. That doesn't take priority. My friendships don't take priority. The amount of money that I make, the things that I do, the trips that I go on, none of that takes priority over serving and loving and worshiping God. And I think that when we get our priorities straight and we put him here and everything else way down here, that our life kind of flows a lot better. Now that we got the important goal out of the way, and I'm not kidding, I know that sounds extremely cliche and cheesy, and like I'm just saying that to sound like a good person, but I mean that from the bottom of my heart, that is going to be my mantra for 2019. Let's get into the less important things, but also kind of important. And some of these are very cliche, and I don't even care because they're my goals, and I'm gonna be a boss this year. Okay, so for health and fitness goals, I have 4 of them, and I set them as specific as I could. I want to be doing gym workouts 4 times a week minimum. 2018 was kind of not amazing for my fitness and health. I just could not get my head on straight. Long story short, I gotta get my butt in gear. So I want to set a realistic goal, but one that is also going to challenge me a little bit. So I'm gonna do 4 days a week minimum at the actual gym. I want to foam roll / do yoga and stretching for 15 minutes daily. That means Saturday through Sunday, not just Monday through Friday. I want to do it every single day because I've been realizing just how tight my body actually is, and it is terrifying, and I kind of want to be able to move and do the splits when I'm 80 years old. Drink 3 liters of water per day, and then eat at least 1 fruit and 1 veggie every single day. Just being intentional with eating really good foods and foods that I know will nourish me, not just taste good and aren't just low calorie. As far as business goals, don't really talk about business much on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys follow me for like lifestyle stuff, and I don't know what the heck else you follow me for, but I do have an online fitness coaching business, and I do one-on-one coaching where basically someone comes to me, we do like a phone call interview process. I get to know them really well, figure out what they're struggling with as far as mindset, their physical appearance, and yada yada yada, and I literally create the most perfect game plan to tackle every problem, and we become tight little besties and achieve fitness goals all at the same time. So my goals for that business this year is I'm launching a new guide that this is not just going to be one-on-one coaching. This is going to be more of a group coaching thing, so that way it's more accessible to more people, because I know not a lot of people feel like they need a one-on-one coach 24/7. Some people just want a guide that they can stick to. So I'm launching a glow guide, and it's called Glow because it's going to give you your glow up spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and open up one-on-one coaching spots again. I took a break because I needed one. I didn't feel like I was serving the way that I should have been serving to my clients because I just couldn't from where I was at mentally, and I wanted to take a break and make my one-on-one coaching exactly what I wanted it to be. I just put very vaguely, let Jesus be a part of the biz. If whatever you are committed to does not allow you to take your commitment to Christ with you, then you gotta stop doing it. And so that basically means if your business doesn't allow you room for your relationship with Jesus, you don't have a business. So instead of having to decide between one or the other, I want to include Jesus into my business as much as possible, which is perfect because people like to follow me to learn about their faith journey, and I think that I can incorporate faith and fitness mesh them together, and it's a perfect little recipe for happiness. Lastly, I have my personal goals. And these are really cheesy, but these are kind of my favorite goals to set because they're things that I can do every single day, and I don't know, I just love them. And I said I want to wake up every weekday before 7 a.m. That is a struggle for me, friends. I was on the grind for a while, getting up at like 5:45, 5 a.m., going to yoga class. Yeah, lately that's not been happening. I don't know if I'm dying, but I can't get out of my bed. I want to read one book per month. A couple of the books that I read this year is You're a Badass by Jen Sincero and Everybody Always by Bob Goff and Better Than Before by, I think, Gretchen Rubin. I don't remember her last name. So I only read 3 books this year and I wanted to read one every single month. So I'm shifting that goal to next year, and I know that I can do it. I just have to stick to it and maybe read like 10 minutes per night. I want to write a handwritten letter to a loved one or a friend every single month and send it to them. Just send them a letter of encouragement and prayers and happiness, and I think that that would just make their entire day and slash week or maybe even month if they just got a random letter in the mail full of kindness. So I want to do that. And my last goal, this one I'm actually really excited and kind of nervous for. I want to recycle, but I also want to consume less plastic and wasteful products. So instead of just recycling, I'm going to try to avoid buying things that even need to be recycled, if that makes sense. So instead of going to Starbucks and having them hand me a cup, a paper cup with a plastic straw and a plastic lid, instead of doing that and then just recycling it, I don't even know if those are recyclable, honestly, I'm gonna always bring a reusable cup. That way I'm not even consuming, I'm not adding, I'm just avoiding. And I know that that seems very small and people think that that's not gonna make a difference, but I think that if like 50 people even did that, it would make a huge difference. I don't set a ton at the beginning of the year just because I think that we're always growing and changing, and that's very overwhelming, and I don't want to stress myself out and fail. At the beginning of every single month, I kind of reevaluate, and I strongly advise you to do the same thing. Don't wait until next January to set more goals, and don't think that if you loaf on every single goal that you set for this year, that you will loaf again. Don't be like that. Don't wait for Monday, don't wait for next week, don't wait for next January. You can start over every single day or even every 5 minutes if you want to. Comment down below some of your New Year's resolutions so that I can help keep you accountable and support you and pray for you and wish you the best of luck. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join the Happy Soul Tribe if you haven't already. And I'm gonna finish my latte and probably start editing this so that I can get it up tomorrow because I'm a hot mess and need to do that. I love you guys. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.